Hey everybody, how's everyone doing? Just a reminder, we are in week 7, which means we are almost to the midpoint of the semester. Hang on, we're almost to spring break. I hope you all can get a break and rest, and I want to make sure everybody gets caught up in this class. So I'm going to go over just a few things that are either due already or are coming up soon. First of all, your resumes. Most of you turned in at least the draft of your resumes, but many of you have not turned in your revised resume. Be sure you do that, as that is your first recorded grade, and you all want to keep up your grades for the semester, right? Secondly, Career Center. Remember, I sent you a list of possible things that you could attend at the Career Center, some in person, some in line. So for those of you for whom this assignment makes sense, please do that and write your response. It should be a paragraph to a page. For those of you who wanted an alternative assignment, remember I posted yesterday that you could also do an interview with somebody who has a job that is very similar to the kind of job you want. I gave you some sample questions. If there are other kinds of questions that you would like to ask, that seems fine. You might want to check with me. We can always do an email or a quick meeting to talk about what sorts of questions would be useful, and then you will write that up also as at least a page description of your interview, and that is due March 5th. I know I said March 2nd, but let's just keep everything on Thursday. So that's due March 5th. We all good? All right. Next thing. Everyone should have an intro/outline turned in by Thursday. Again, I know this seems early, but remember we're almost to midpoint, so everybody needs to know what they are working on for their individual project for this class. And I'm going to go over what that looks like for the different tracks. Right now, for the creative project, I should at least have a description of what you're doing and a brief bit of the artist statement. How are you going to connect whatever it is you're doing to the kinds of things you've learned in your classes? So give me that, at least in draft form, so that I can make sure everybody is on the right track and we are all moving forward here. For the internship or the research paper, this should be a more standard intro and outline, where then we know what you're working on and how you are going to integrate what you have learned over the years into a clear and focused paper. This is true also for your internship. You're welcome to use some information you've learned from the internship, but I do want you to be writing a theoretical argument. For the fourth track, the college to career track, as many of you know, you are doing a problem solution paper for this. Everyone on the college to career is doing problem solution. You should know what problem it is you are addressing. To do a problem solution, again, the things you should emphasize. Here is the problem. Document the problem. And then you'll go through and figure out what are some of the relevant causes of the problem. What causes do you think are most significant here? And remember, you need evidence. It's not just that you think these are the causes of the problem. You need to argue that these are the causes of the problem. That way, when you work on the solution part of the paper, you can talk about how the solution actually addresses the causes of the problem. If this is, at all confusing, I know that having different tracks can make this a little bit hard. Please reach out to me. We can talk on email, or I'm happy to set up a Zoom meeting with you, or I'm in my office a fair amount if you want to meet in person, and we can talk all this through and make sure everybody's clear. Remember, my email address is jkubala@gsu.edu. Just a quick reminder of due dates. This week, by Thursday, everyone should have in the introduction to their paper, or project description, some basic thing that tells me where you're going with this. And then the Career Center stuff is due March 5th. Again, be sure you have all of these things done. I want everybody to know what they're doing for their individual project, especially before spring break, so we can, get started and make sure nobody gets so far behind. We don't want anyone messing up their grades in this class, right? So, again, reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. All right, have a good rest of your week. Bye. Stay warm.